Cris Tales. I fucking love this game. Cris Tales is a single-player, turn-based indie JRPG. And it's the first game I've played since starting the series that I can truthfully say I will play through till the end. I had already played enough of this game to make a video about it, but I actually wanted to come back and play more. The music is great, everything from the art style to the world looks amazing, and best of all, you get to meet a talking frog, and other stuff I guess. I want to start off by stating again that this game looks absolutely beautiful. Just look at it. Look at the landscape, look at the UI, the animations, the characters, the frog. Frogs aside though, what about the rest of the game? Well, that's great too. The music is truly awesome. It's nice and upbeat for most of the game, but it's also very atmospheric, changing according to the circumstances, and this really pays off. It is mostly the exciting tune that plays after every combat encounter that made it so rewarding to me, and kept me want to play more. And I'm not even done talking about the audio. Something that's amazing to me is that every character in this game has fully voiced dialogue, and that includes the frog. Literally every dialogue box in the game is well voiced and feels quite natural, which is rare for any game these days. When talking about the gameplay, things get a little more complicated. Although it's not bad overall, far from it, it does suffer from some problems. First things first, the controls are a bit strange. Using the arrow keys to navigate and move around, Z and X are used to confirm or cancel, and Enter is used to pause the game. There's nothing at all wrong with having an unconventional control scheme, and Undertale, a game which I'll praise any day, has an almost identical one. The problem is that unlike Undertale, the game lacks some common sense features. For example, Undertale allows you to either use ZXC or Enter Shift Control for most actions. It would also be nice to have some basic alternatives to simple actions. I was very confused that Escape actually didn't do anything in this game, even though it would make sense to also bind this key to the cancel function. I'm also not sure about the blocking feature. By pressing Z or spacebar when an enemy attacks, you can block their attack. This feels strangely out of place in a turn-based game, since it requires reflexes, which is generally not a great idea to require of a player in these types of games. Apart from these problems, the game mechanics are actually quite interesting. As per the game's story, you're a time mage, capable of manipulating time. This makes you able to throw your enemies back into the past or into the future. Combining this with other effects can make for very interesting battles, in which you use your wits rather than your strength. You can, for example, use a water attack on a shielded enemy and send them to the future. This will make their shield rusty, and this opens them up to attacks. This is some really clever game design, and you'll see a whole lot more of it while playing. You're also capable to see the past and the future of your surroundings, and using Mattia's time leap ability, Frog Leap, you can interact with objects and people in the past and future. One more interesting thing I want to add is something I encountered further into the game. You can save your game by planting time seeds in soil patches, but a mechanic that was not explained to me earlier is that you can set up camp here too, healing your party. This, however, consumes a tent. The game doesn't tell you this because it teaches you in a different way. Arriving at the soil, you'll probably want to save, but since there's an option to set up camp, you'll probably choose that. This tells you you need a tent for this, and this tent can be found in a chest a few feet away. After you find this tent, you'll immediately recall what you just learned and try it out, making it so a crucial game mechanic is now permanently in your brain without having to teach it to you in the tutorial. I found this overall very clever and interesting. I had so much fun playing this game these last couple of days, and I highly recommend you play it. I do admit that it suffers from some problems, but these are minor at best. When it comes down to it, this game deserves a lot of love that I don't think it's currently getting. 9 out of 10. Yes, really. Hey there, Magic Jin here. Next week there's gonna be 3 free games, so expect either a video about one of these games or a short summary of all 3 of these.